Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Sector 5. I'm your host as always, Cody the Hangman Heinzman, and we are moments away from the Elimination Chamber, and I'm here to give my Elimination Chamber predictions. So, we'll start with the women's tag match. You have, Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus tagging up against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Reason we're starting off with this match is I understand why it's happening. Most likely Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton are picking up the win on this simply because they're in Canada. So that's the main reason this match is happening. So not much more to really talk about there. I'm sure it'll be a average match. So that's my thoughts on that one. Not too much to talk about. Next matchup I will talk about is Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, the unsanctioned match. This one's going to be interesting, to say the least. Both men are going to take each other to the limit. And if I have to pick a winner at the end of this unsanctioned match, I'm giving it to Kevin Owens. I feel he needs it a little bit more than Sami Zayn. This might push more towards everyone's thinking that Sami Zayn's going to go heel. So that would boost that. Other vein, if Sami Zayn picks up the win, maybe that will bring Kevin Owens back to his senses. I don't know. But that is my thoughts on this unsanctioned match. This ought to be a good match. Then the last two matches are our chamber matches. So going with our women's, and I'm trying to go off the top of my head here, remembering who's in the chamber. You got Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan. I think I've said everybody. And Bayley. Bayley is the other one that I forgot about. I am watching the kickoff show while I'm in the middle of making this, and they said her name. That's kind of what brought her back into memory. Honestly, I think we're going to have the Wild Horse win this, Roxanne Perez. Because Alexa Bliss, she is in... Alexa Bliss, she's basically in the Wyatt Six faction storyline and that, so she's going to be caught up with that. Liv Morgan, Naomi, and Bianca Belair, they're all mixed up in a story together, so I'm sure that's going to come to fruition in this. Bayley, I guess she's another one that really doesn't have anything going on with this, with any other person, and could possibly win if she's a runner-up winner, but I'm going to give it to Roxanne Perez. That's really all I have to think about with that one, which leads me to the men's chamber match. A very star-stacked chamber match. Future Hall of Famers. John Cena. CM Punk. Drew McIntyre. Damian Priest. And give me a second to see if I can remember the other two that's in this. Logan Paul. Yeah, he's in this. And Seth Rollins. And it's funny that Seth Rollins is the one that I had to really think on, because he's the one I actually have pinned down to win this. If only because of what happened Monday night between him and Cody. Got to think last year Seth Rollins did everything to allow Cody Rhodes to win the undisputed WWE Championship. It only makes sense for Seth Rollins to get the chance at this next Mania. And I don't give it to Cena because, I mean, they've been doing a whole lot of build-up with it and all that, and he always falls short. I'm sure we're going to have Cena versus somebody at Mania, but I don't see him facing for the title. I also don't see him taking the title away from Cody, unless this whole selling your soul thing comes to fruition. It's also happening tonight. Maybe that's their way of spinning this so that it makes sense for Cena to take the title away from Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. That's something to think on. But I'm ultimately giving it to Seth Rollins. And reason I won't give it to like CM, to go down other reasons, I'm thinking CM Punk's going to take on Logan Paul at Mania. Because, you know, he did that whole promo against I don't remember who he did that. Kevin Owens. Did the promo against Kevin Owens like, hey, I've never lost to Logan Paul. Then Logan Paul eliminates CM Punk from the Rumble. So tonight, most likely, Logan Paul's going to cost CM Punk in the Elimination Chamber, which is going to lead us to Logan Paul versus CM Punk at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre is probably my second to win this, just because he's not tied into any other kind of storyline. Of course, they're not going to have Logan Paul win this. Maybe some other time, but not with the stack of superstars they have in this one. It's not Logan Paul. Something else that I've done the past few years that I just remembered. Who do I think is going to start to go back to the women's one, and then we'll come back to the men's? Your women's is probably going to start with, let's say, Bianca Belair and Bayley. We'll start it with those two. And your first eliminated, I'm going to say Naomi. I'm going to say Naomi's our first eliminated. And then with the men's, we are going to start with, let's say, Drew McIntyre and John Cena. That's who I'm giving the start to. First person eliminated from this chamber, I think, is... Who's going to be the first one eliminated? Damian Priest. I find it hard to think Damian Priest is going to be the first one, but that's who I'm going to go with. Because at one point, I had Damian Priest winning this until the Monday Night promo. Just simply because he's the only now SmackDown superstar, and the title's on SmackDown, so that would make sense. But I'm going to say Damian Priest is our first person eliminated. So that is my Elimination Chamber predictions. I hope y'all enjoyed. As always, I'm Cody the Hangman Huntsman, and that's just how it is.